I've been fighting for a long time.
Welcome to the Heal Podcast. My name is DeMarcus Fields, and I'm honored to be your host for our pilot episode. We have 5 dynamic human beings in front of me or on the side of me right now, 5 different perspectives, and we have one topic, which is when I was a child, stemming from the scripture, 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, but when I became a man or a woman, I put these childish things away. How are you guys doing? This
Great.
evening? How's that?
Great.
Awesome. I like it how y'all giving me the bigs up. You know what I mean? How was the day? What was the day like for you guys? What's a typical day?
Traffic.
We are in Atlanta, Georgia, right now. I've heard a little bit about your road rage.
Whoa, we good. God is good.
Just a little bit.
Working
All right, so we have Glow, we have Tiffany, we have Kenneth, we have Jakia, and we also have Chris in the building. Some people say Usher, but we're gonna stick with Chris this afternoon. So I just want to ask you guys just an opening question, man. What's something simple that's been bringing you guys joy lately in your life? Just something simple. The birds, the trees, the butterflies, that's been bringing y'all joy. Sleep?
Sleep.
Definitely sleep. How many hours of sleep you get?
Like 7.
7? I don't know, Chris. You're a workaholic, so that's hard to believe.
I gotta work through the times.
I feel that. Y'all real contemplative this evening. Something that's been giving y'all joy.
For myself, my sister and I, we talk on the phone at 5 p.m. almost every single day during the weekdays. And it's kind of been recent, and whenever she does not call me or doesn't have work that day, it's a little bit sad. Just a little.
Got you.
I am a shopaholic, so just buying clothes online for no reason. Planning for a trip.
What do you like to buy? Like what's a online
Just a
shop?
bunch of clothes. I just have a problem with that and shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you put an outfit together, like what's your top shoe? What's your top blouse?
Lately, I have an issue with my foot, so like I've always worn New Balances before it was
Gotcha.
popular.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, we got Kawhi Leonard in it. Okay, cool. All right. Joy.
Oh man,
Joy
it's
for
on me,
things.
huh?
Yeah. Okay.
What brings me joy is this statement when somebody like really is bothering me, and it's I'm not gonna come down off of my chariot to throw lollipops with suckers. So much joy when it pops up in my mind when it's going on. I'm like, oh yeah, right. Let me calm down. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
This quote for
Well, how you remember all of that?
Oh my God.
Because it brings me joy. Unspeakable. Speechless joy. Okay?
I see the joy in your face.
I'm gonna have to steal that.
Yeah.
Hey, take
that
it.
actually just brought me. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes you laugh.
That was good.
Yeah, joy.
That was good.
Okay?
I want to say it one more time.
I'm not going to come down off of my chariot to throw lollipops with suckers.
With suckers. Wow.
Yes.
Quote that.
Clock that team.
I don't know if y'all seen Deezus and Miro, but they used to have at the overarching theme of the whole interview come up at the end. That would be it. That's good.
Thanks.
That's a takeaway.
The first thread.
I'm gonna keep mine simple. I got a haircut today,
Hey.
and the haircut always kind of levels me out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just it's like okay, cool, we good.
I feel like nothing makes you feel great like getting a haircut or like getting your hair done or something like that. I mean, I feel like
It's like my self-care.
I mean, even that now it's a little different for guys, I believe,
Yeah.
just because I mean, how often do you guys get your hair cut?
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks? Okay. Kenneth, I don't know, you go like every week.
No,
Oh,
it used
no.
to be every week,
Every week.
and then certain things just didn't matter no more. But I aligned myself. I got that from being on the
You
road.
better than me. I would never touch my hair.
Oh man,
That's why I
yes.
got this hat on.
That- Oh no, we can take the hat off.
Nah,
the haircut today.
we won't
good.
do that. We won't do that. What about you all? Like, how often do you all like get your hair done and things?
Either
a funny
every 3
question to
weeks
ask
or
them.
every month. Depends on the hairstyle.
Okay. I see like these reels on like social media where like women will have a bad day, right? And then they get their hair done and they just happy. Is that true?
100%.
Yes.
100
Absolutely.
Like, what
Yes.
is it? Like, is it this dopamine? Like,
I don't
you
know.
you
Like
look good. or-
this morning, I actually woke up and it was just like extremely irritated. I don't know what it was, but I was just irritated, and I didn't feel better until I went to my hair appointment, which my best
shoot.
friend did my hair, and then I came out and I was dancing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So this a fresh dude.
Yeah.
This a-
I don't really
this
know
a-
what it is.
This a
But it's just like you get your hair done. You
this
feel
a
good.
debut. Okay, I got. All right, I
Thank
feel
you.
that.
Giving
Yeah.
Sasha
I feel
Fierce.
that.
Oh yeah.
I feel that. That's cool.
I think that's the album before Lemonade. I don't know.
Did you say what brought you joy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sleep. You
Gotta get
I
your
feel
sleep
that
now.
too.
Yeah.
But that works against me.
You watch the BTS, you'll see Chris sleep actually in the background.
Really.
Oh man.
Nah, for real.
in the background. So the conversation that we have today, it stems from, the Ascent service that we have every fifth Sunday. Light little marketing that we want to put right there. Every fifth Sunday we have the Ascent service. Been here, United Methodist Church, but
What if they have only 4 Sundays?
and it comes from Kenny, you doing, such an amazing sermon. I want to say that first because I thought
Appreciate
it
it.
was incredible.
Oh, man.
I feel like it was divine, bro. I feel
Okay.
like so many people got so many things, so many nuggets
Yeah.
out of your sermon, and most importantly, somebody gave their life to Christ, bro, from the sermon that God gave you. So I thought that was just incredible as well. So this question right here is specifically for you.
Oh man.
At the beginning of your sermon, right,
Okay.
you said that you have always wanted to do this. Like, what did you mean by that? You said like I reckon that you mean like
Was that before I sang something?
yeah, you did
That's
say
what I
I
was
need
talking
thee,
about.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you always want to do I need thee.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to sing.
Oh, in general, okay.
I think the moment I got caught driving in traffic with my windows down, like singing my heart out,
Yeah,
it allowed me to embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Like I've listened to myself sing that, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. But I meant everything I said, and that's the point,
Yeah.
And I've realized that in times of anxiety for me,
yeah,
there are 4 songs that are literally right there at the top.
Yeah.
That are just on go.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm walking down the hall with my dog and he pisses me off, excuse my language, but it's just always a go-to.
Yeah.
It's easy. It calmed my nerves, and I needed that because I was seeing a lot of people that were reminding me of my dad, and I had lost it while I was still on the base when I saw Reverend Stinson walk in, and I was one of my dad's best friends growing up,
That's awesome.
and so just seeing how he's been there for me in these past 2 years, and thinking he's gonna be at church, in his own church preaching, he just walks in. I lost it, and so I knew when I walked in, from the moment I walked into the building, I felt like I was going to be after me, just to make sure that at no point on the way here,
Yeah.
I forgot who it really is about,
Yeah.
and he kept me humbled up until I walked up there, and even up there,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Because,
Yeah.
all I had prepared to do was tell the truth.
Right. So it's interesting because you are a son of the church. Like, bro, of course, like we went to college together.
Yeah.
And even though
Yeah.
you're a little older than I am.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We went to college together, and I know you went to school with my brother. But he would always talk about how much you bragged on the church, like how much you bragged about, being healed.
Yeah.
Right. So when you were in that moment, and if I'm not mistaken, was this your first time preaching? Was this your
No,
trial
it's
son?
Actually, my second,
Your second? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and that's cool too.
Okay.
But the first time it was with Imani Franklin,
Got you.
which is Dr. Robert Michael Franklin's daughter.
Oh wow.
And many people don't know he's a member here, or was, I don't know. And at the end of the day, that was like one of my first real encounters with him outside of him speaking to me in the group setting, in the groups that I was in. So, anywho, to your question,
This your first time preaching at Ben Hill?
I don't
No.
It was my second time.
Second?
speaking.
Okay, overall. Okay, got you. Okay.
That word preaching, man, I feel like y'all gotta put some hours in, take some credits
Right.
at a theological school.
They say like sometimes like a prophet is not like welcome in their own home, right? And it's like, you know, you preach to a group of people who not only watch you grow up,
Right,
but is continuing to watch you evolve,
right,
right?
right.
How is that to be in a space that like not only do you see me here,
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna see me, and you have seen me
At Greenbrier,
at my work, you know, or, you know what I mean? How
the bar.
how is that feeling?
I love it
Yeah,
because it forces me to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I'm open book. When I was in college, literally college, I came back to Ben Hill just to visit, and my aunt was in the audience. Didn't even think about it. My mom was in New York. I messed around and had a hickey on my neck.
oh man,
Man, and I didn't know. I didn't know.
right?
My mom texted me while in service. So you have a hickey on your neck.
That's crazy,
I
right?
said, you're not here. I said, what?
Man,
She said, don't worry about it. I'm always there.
right,
Because this is, you know what I'm saying? And I think ever since then,
right,
that's how I've moved.
right.
And so if I see Mr. Cartwright at the Kroger, or if I see Mr. Green in traffic, you know what I'm saying? It's the same Kenneth you're going to get on Sunday, on Monday, on Tuesday. I grew up living in her neighborhood. It's the same.
Tiffany, yeah,
It's the same.
yeah,
And I think I do that because I think we're dope enough to be consistent in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when we do step out of whatever box we're expected to be in, that actually brings a broader perspective to the person who had to deal with you in that moment. So
got you.
I appreciated that because it did feel like a safe space for me to be transparent. And, you know, because Tiffany knew half the stuff I was talking about already. So it was just like,
Yeah.
but I also, I've benefited from somebody being honest with me. It's only been beneficial, you know, so.
And I guess as we, you know, talk about safe spaces, you know, and everyone here pretty much either serve or have served in the church in some kind of capacity.
Yeah.
So because of that, you are around people every day that
Yeah.
will look at you when
Yeah.
you're doing the announcements
Yeah.
or you're doing sermons, etc.
Acolyte.
And they also get to see you outside of church.
Yeah.
And most of the time doing sermons or whatnot, they're telling you like, man, be a light to your friends or be a light to your family.
Mm-hmm.
How do you navigate that light when you also see my moments that someone will perceive as darkness? Like, how do you guys navigate that?
That's a great question. I'll just say that more than likely I just be myself, because my darkness is gonna be my darkness regardless. I'm gonna go through it. Everybody goes through it, but it's what I get out of that darkness to be my testimony.
Yeah.
And when I tell that to other people, it was like, yeah, bro, I went through that too, but nobody wants to tell their darkness.
Yeah.
So that's what brings light to other people, because you came through the dark to be the light.
And then you told me about it.
And then I told you about it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
hold back.
Yeah.
Man, because you said because you came through that darkness and told somebody else about it, made me think about, if I can talk about Jamal Bryant.
Yeah,
He was
okay.
on the
We got the
radio
same
and he said, happy birthday to both of y'all on that same day, okay? He said that he gave a story about and a retired pilot sitting next to a man on the plane, and they were going through turbulence. And the pilot came on and said, "Hey, we're going to experience some turbulence. It's only going to last us roughly 15 minutes." And so he turned to the retired pilot and said, "How does he know it's going to last 15 minutes?" And the retired pilot smiled and he said, "Because somebody has already gone through it and radioed to the tower and told them the amount of time it was going to take to get through the turbulence." So people are going to go through a darkness, like you said, and they're going to come back and give a report, not out of a shame, but out of pride that, man, I went through this thing and the Father thought me well enough to keep me and still shine a light and perceive darkness. If I can caveat into the seed, if that's okay, a seed, like you said, gets buried in the dirt. And science tells us that a seed survives off of sun and off the sunlight and water. I apologize. So if it's underground, that means that it's naturally getting the light. If I know that in my darkness he still abides with me, then I'll be able to grow and do my thing and not be ashamed of the clothes I have to wear in the dark when I come out into the light, because then I come in a new creature and sing a good song on look at what the Lord has done for me. Yeah.
Can I say
Who
something?
preaching the next?
Right. I think it should
With
be
the
that.
lollipop. Mm-hmm.
So, to the part of the seed, I was thinking about it when you said the seed is in darkness and it needs the sun. I think that's kind of dope because the thing about a plant is it grows toward light, and I think the part, wow, that adds more to the imagery of actually seeking Him, and there's accountability for the seed to push through the soil. You know what I'm saying? Even though the soil is there for the betterment, but it's the going through. And that was dope. I just thought about it because it's like, okay, how does the seed get to the sun if it's just dark? It's like, no, that's the nature of the plant. It's wherever you switch the light, it actually grows towards it. And it's, anyway, sorry.
That's good.
That's good.
Good. I want to keep the floor open for anybody else that kind of want to project, or not really. I guess, Kenneth, since you're talking and you're talking about that seed, and I think that was a very profound point in your sermon, right? Something I really thought about throughout that week, and it made me kind of think because it was such a unique sermon because you really grabbed from your experiences. Right?
Yeah.
And your experiences and authenticity kind of guided it through.
Yeah.
From even when you're talking about that moment where you're in the car and
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm being impatient. And,
Yeah.
But then you also said, I was praying to God, I'm asking God, like, what do you want me to say? And then all of a sudden it just kind of clicked for you, right? So what is that process of developing a sermon as such?
Sir, when I tell you, I don't know how many times Jakia asked me what
What's the scripture?
what's the scripture, and it was that night
Yeah,
that I was driving home with the check engine light. It was that night
man.
that I had intentionally been like, okay, God, we getting into June now. I thought you was gonna show me something by now. And then I thought, I was like, well, you didn't actually ask me for my opinion. And I just asked him. I was like, I got so much to say, but what is needed? What is necessary? I can be a very emotional person. I can be a very passionate person, but sometimes people don't need that. You know what I'm saying? And but I knew one thing I could give is transparency. And so it was hard for me to run from the things that had been happening within weeks of having to speak to y'all. And it was almost like, well, boom, here we go. Like, okay, can we being childish right now?
Yeah.
Boom. What was that? What? Okay, Google. 1 Corinthians 13. Okay, when I was a child, okay, cool. But what's that got to do with ascension? It's like, okay, well, I guess it's maturity. But I think because I'm in my 30s, it's like I think the people who are adults, we already think we're mature based on our age, and all the things our degrees, excuse me, and it's like, no, you're mature based on how you deal with life, how you respond to all the distractions that are literally thrown at you, to show that you actually mastered the lessons of it that you're living. It's how you respond. And I've realized that lately, in grief, I've chosen to be quiet because, again, like I said, I don't even know if I spoke about this, but in losing my father, right, I felt like I lost my handler. And it's one of those things. My grandfather was a deacon in Memphis, and as a only child and only grandchild, it was just like
Best city in the world, by the way.
Touche, yeah. My first NBA game, the Grizzlies and Sacramento Kings in the Pyramid before the Bad Shop.
You are 30 young. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Anywho, I remember it was a 7-hour drive instead of 4.
Oh,
Didn't
man.
have the extra go through Alabama. Anywho, my granddad, the reverence that everybody gave my grandfather as the head deacon, it showed me a limit. It's like, as long as I don't disappoint him, I can do anything I want. And that's really how I've been here at Ben Hill. As long as I don't disappoint Anita or Louise, what can anybody say to me? You know what I'm saying? And it's not a arrogance, but it's like, I think this is something that was beating up on me today. So many of us forget that we are predestined as, greatness. And life tries to distract us from it, whether it's traffic, whether it's Instagram, the radio, whatever. Simba went through a whole Hakuna Matata phase. But at the first 5 minutes, you saw him lifted already. This is going to be yours, bro.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it was like, but there were still certain things. That's a whole other thing. I'm just grateful at this point to be able to walk in a place that I know is mine now. I was, Mr. Cartwright could be right there, but if my dad was here, it's like, Mr. Cartwright know I'm paying up to my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how the OGs were, Mr. Crawford, Mr. Sneed, everybody. It was just like, but I saw my dad pay up to them.
Exactly.
So now it's one of those things now where it's like, I get it, but because he's not here, it's like, okay, you're a king now.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, maybe you weren't paying attention that you were being prepared all this time. But oh well, and I think the more we think about life in that regard, think about all the sacrifice that it really does cost us to be a king or a queen, I think we'll watch what we ask for and how soon we ask for it. And I'm again, that's why I say what brings me joy is a haircut.
Right.
Everything else is too deep.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
So you kind of alluded like to that spiritual mindset of being a child, and then to also know within that context, it's not necessarily based on your age.
Right.
It's not based on your age at all. And so my next question is, how do you know that you're done with childish things? Or
Are we?
How and when, if you are, know that you're done with childish things?
I think childish and flesh can be synonymous, and therefore I don't think we're ever done. I think it's a constant. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
I agree.
But
Keep
it's a constant battle, and I think humility reminds us of that. Humble moments remind us of that. And I'm so sorry. Like that was just, it was like, ooh.
No need to apologize.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. Can you say the question one more time, real quick?
Yeah.
How do you know you are done
All right, I got you.
with some of your
Yeah.
Oh, okay, we
childish
changed
ways?
it, y'all.
Some
He
of-
did.
He changed it.
Some of your childish
So
ways.
before, when he asked the question, I would say that you're not always fully done with your childish
So
ways,
sorry, Tiff.
but no, you're good. But I feel that there are times where you just kind of have to realize that there's a pattern that you're making, and then are you willing to change that pattern? So with dealing with that pattern, you kind of realize that, do you really want to make that change? With me and driving, I kind of have a little bit of road rage, just a little bit of a speeder. And for me, I had to realize how I am interacting with other drivers. I have to realize how they might be going through life and not just myself. And sometimes, like how you talked about the silence, I want to sit in silence.
Yeah.
I used to hate it. I used to hate sitting in silence.
Man.
But you honestly do become more of an adult, more mature when you sit in that silence and sit with your own thoughts. It's very uncomfortable, quite uncomfortable. But that's what it's meant to be. Growth is quite uncomfortable, and you have no choice but to sit in it in order to actually fully experience that growth and that journey.
Yeah. That's good.
Yes, yes.
Come on.
Go ahead, Ralph. Go ahead, Ralph.
I was gonna
Bishop.
say something based on what both of you all said. So Kenneth had said something prior to your question, and in hearing you, I just want to get this thing out there. Kenneth said, "Be mindful on what you ask for."
Yeah.
So that childish thing is your id. You know, in psychology, they talk about the id, ego, super ego. Your id is the child. The id is like, I want what I want when I want it. I don't care how I get it, I want it. So be mindful of what you ask for. We have so many people praying for God, enlarge my territory, but they're not going out there to survey the land. Like we was talking previously, like, you can
That's
get
good.
this territory and you over here dropping seeds on red dirt, nothing's gonna grow. It's not gonna grow. You have to go out there and survey the land. God, enlarge my territory. Okay, let me take account on what you've given me so that I'll be able to do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that childish, putting away that childish thing is not saying, oh, okay, thank you for this, and not really embracing what this is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good.
I would want to say, I'm not done being a child. I'm 23 years old,
I can respect that. I can respect that.
and
So you didn't go to the pyramid in Memphis? You didn't watch the game at the pyramid?
No,
Nah,
no,
just kidding.
but I
Yeah, okay.
In
I
my
most
head, he was
definitely
just a
didn't
kid.
have my dendrites form when I was 22, and I feel like just this year they kicked in.
What was that? What?
So basically, your dendrites is in your frontal lobe.
Okay.
So when you turn a certain age, you start think differently, and logically you start putting things together.
Got it.
One thing that I struggle with was time.
Me too.
Still do
Me too.
struggle with time. But with that, once I turned 23, I put more focus into that.
Okay.
And more focus into childish ways. It was like, oh, I was tripping when I did this, and I was acting a certain way when I did that. But now that I came out of that, I'm trying to get better, but it's a work in progress. That's where growth comes through, and I'm still growing.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah.
Everybody got to grow. When I'm turning 83, I'm still gonna be growing.
Right, right.
So it is.
I love how honest you are. Right now with the youth, we are in a series that's called Hope, and on our first session, we're talking about creating a brave space, creating a safe space, and part of that creating a safe or brave space is about creating a safe and brave space with yourself, right? Like, to be honest. If you can't be honest with you, it's kind of hard to be honest with everybody else.
Right.
So I kudos to that, to be 23.
Yeah.
And you in your go age right now.
Let
Yes,
me
sir.
tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me tell you. 23, I was a menace.
Kenny-
That's right after graduating Morehouse.
23.
Man,
Oh, man. 23.
just started touring and stuff.
23 was different. Glow looking like 23. What is
God
that?
kept
So
me.
glad you're in the pulpit today.
Yeah, no, I'm not in the
Glow,
pulpit.
don't
I'm saying
I
upstairs.
Reverend Kenneth
No,
Harris
not at all.
II in the
So-
future.
At all. Nope.
So as we talk about, so
You can edit that
23, it's a range of people, of course,
Yeah.
on this pew and in these chairs. So we're gonna pivot just a little bit, right? My next question is, how does your childish love differ from your adult love?
I got you.
Why y'all sweating up
This
here?
is
That's
just gonna be my first part
I'm
one.
sweating a
sweating
little
it
bit.
off.
So I feel that childish love, children, myself as a child was quite selfish. And I think that that's a lot of children in general, but I'm not going to say that about you all.
She was the oldest of three.
But I feel that when you're a child, your love is based off of who is around you, who might be able to give you something.
Yeah.
You're learning, you're building, everyone is trying to impart stuff on you. And so you're learning to love based off of what you've been given. Versus as an adult, it's what you choose to love. And you can still love those things that are being brought to you, but you choose the environment. It's not your parents. You choose to come to church. You choose to spend time with certain friends. You choose to spend time with God and loving Him. And so I think that that's what's the difference between being an adult with love and being a child with love.
Intention.
Yeah.
Intention is actually knowing the qualities of love.
Right.
Like, one, it's actually knowing it and in spite of yourself, checking yourself every day.
Right.
You know, like, yeah.
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 Do you guys feel like the way that you also love is kind of based on the maturity of your relationship with God in that moment? And also, do you feel like it also, I guess, coincides with your love language? Like, is the way you love, or the way you love someone kind of based on where you are with God in that moment? Because I feel like sometimes, let's say you've been in deep with God, you've been in prayer and in the Bible, right? It's certain things that you can probably deal with that if you're not at that place, you're like, I'm not
checked
taking
out.
any
Yeah.
of this.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do you guys kind of feel about that? Has it been things that you guys have dealt with differently when you have kind of been locked in with God versus not being locked in with God?
These past 2 years, man.
Huh.
These past 2 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody.
Oh.
So, man, I apologize. I study so many things just so I can know. Like, as a child, the iris, the colors are more vibrant than what we see now. So when you were a child, you saw these colors brighter than what you see them now. And it ties into,
wow.
when Jesus healed the man, and he said, what do you see? I see people walking around looking like trees. And then when he got the looking like trees, and then when he truly believed, he could actually see people. Do you get what I mean? So what does it mean? Like, the childish love and all those things intertwined. As a child, you love unconditionally. You have patience with people. But as an adult, that patience dwindle because
That's fair.
your nature, nurture, whatever it is, how you were brought up, that's shaping your love language. That's shaping everything about you. So who told you that your love language was hugs? Is that the thing that you lacked as a child? What if your love language, what if your actual true self love affirmation? Like, man, you doing the thing. You look real great.
Well, they just gotta take the little test first. They just
Oh, type it in the text.
Yeah, they know they take the quiz.
I'm gonna text you.
They just gotta be
you
honest
the
in
boss.
answering the question.
Yeah. Oh,
Love language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I thought y'all found out y'all love languages, right? Y'all took the quiz.
You took the quiz.
That's how people used to do
Oh,
it.
I wasn't
Take
out
it.
here just saying that was because no,
So then, how is your love language with God?
man.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, that's deep. So, word of affirmations and physical touch. So, wow, Jesus. I think now I've been more critical of how I speak of myself. And I know you asked, how my love language is with God. I kind of got to go to myself then. Because I feel like how I love myself is representation of what I think about him or how much I even think about him. But I think how I talk to myself now, or people even receiving people checking me on the things that I say, is a love. I think that might be love language. It's more of a correction there.
Gotcha.
It's like I think he's editing some ways I thought, based on experience and childhood.
Yeah.
But I think, and he's doing it with other people's perspective. And yeah.
And I guess, and I love that you say that, like the way, I guess you kind of love others is how you love yourself.
It's a projection.
Right?
It's literally a
And-
projection.
And we gotta bring this in there. I mean, God is literally love, right? Right.
Boom. That we can stop.
Right.
That's it.
That's it. Right. So God is literally love, and so I guess I say that because oftentimes when we think about God, we got to think about faith. We got to think about hope. We have to think about this one word that everybody has to kind of deal with at one point in their life, and that's forgiveness. Right. And I feel, and I say that to say that it's some things you feel like you will never forgive until you're aligned with God.
Ooh.
You know,
Ooh.
glow of rarity right now. I want to hear it.
Okay,
I want to hear it from Glow. I want to hear.
Because you're over here being shy.
It's the hair. No.
It's Sasha.
I think I was actually going to say that I don't have like as she was saying, like affirmations or like gift, like but I will say that when I am in a deeper connection with God at certain points in my life, that I do tend to forgive people easily or faster than I will when I'm not with him. But I do say each time because, to be honest, I do, like, I'll be connected at one moment and then the next I just feel like there is no connection with God at all. But every single time that I do grow back, it gets better with forgiving people, but also forgiving myself sometimes with self-love.
Yeah.
But that's
I love that. I love that so much. My bad, Kitty.
Sorry.
So one of the things that I literally dealt with the same Sunday
Man.
after giving the message, right, was an opportunity to give grace. And it was to a family member. And it hit me. It just hit me like grace is literally I can't say personification because it's I don't know, I guess it's a thing. It's like love, you give it, but what does love look like? Unless you write it down.
Right.
What does it look like? It's the action. But literally, forgiveness is what God does every day he wakes us up. And I thought about, I was reading what Paul was trying to talk about, and it's just crazy how many times I've been hearing, and Paul is the person that's wrote this letter. And but grace is literally God personified. And your ability to give it is literally the projection of whether you're really walking with him or not. And when I realized that, I had to check myself in so many ways. I had to check myself in some. And the quickest way with my road rage, and he'll do it every time. I'd be ready to use the 4-letter words, my favorites. get right next to the person. And
Talking about love.
yeah. No, I'm not. But it'll be somebody, you know, they on the older side, and it's just like, okay, Kenneth, look at you. Look at you. You're the problem. Look at you. You know what I'm saying? And to that, he'll put you in a situation where you're asking for grace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my I don't know if I told y'all this, but I told Tiffany, my tire, the bolts came off, snapped off. Like literally after I got my tires fixed. And this might have been the same day as the sermon.
Wow.
It was doing some really
Shaking.
but every time I'm looking, I'm like, I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
And sure enough, my lug nuts had been off. But also what I screwed the lug nut on was off. Saying all that to say, driving, I now was that slow person. And I was just like, okay, I hear you, God.
Yeah.
Because these people don't care.
Right.
They don't even feel the shaking my truck is doing.
They don't know your story at all.
They don't know. They don't care.
Yeah.
And look at you.
Right.
Look at you. And I'm telling you, all you got to do is ask for him. He'll come find you.
Oh
Nah,
yeah.
that's good.
Like, for real.
I love that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, man, being aligned with love from God is most definitely important because He always loved you from the fetus.
Say it again.
Being aligned with God and love is important because He loved you when you was a fetus. You, everybody sitting right here is 1 out of 1,000
Yeah.
to make it.
Okay.
That wasn't just you doing your part. God
Yeah.
had that aligned for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Then you had to go through another process of getting out.
Yeah. Yeah.
God had that aligned for you to do that too.
Yeah. That's good.
When we try to give grace, things of that nature, a lot of people love to give grace facetiously. Yeah, I forgive that person. But whenever something comes up, oh yeah, you remember that time when you did that? Remember that time you did that?
Yeah.
God don't do that.
Yeah.
So that's when being aligned and everything what we just said, we're all on the right track. And I love that about us.
I like how you talk about alignment because that's so just so very super important. And oftentimes when I think about the Word of God, I think about it as as we grow up, people talk about it being like the living Word, right? And so it's never dying. As much as you read it, it continues to give you new wisdom, right? And I think oftentimes I think about the Bible as like a blueprint, to life. And I say that, and then whether you go through Proverbs or the New, whatever it may be, right? Everybody has their favorite books. But I think about how spiritual alignment oftentimes help with personal alignment, personal growth. I feel like
They're one and the same.
they're synonymous in a
Yeah.
way. How do you guys kind of feel about that? Like when you guys feel like you're spiritually aligned, do you feel like your personal life is better? And I mean, I know, of course, sometimes you can be in God's face, I guess, every day, but some stuff just be happening, right? But
That's when I know I'm in
you
alignment when stuff happening.
yeah. So do you feel like when you're spiritually aligned, your personal growth is going well too?
It most definitely changes.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say it goes well because my human nature wants to do a lot of bad things, but going onto the new path of trying to be in alignment with spiritually with God is going to stop me from drinking, smoking a lot, going out with parties, unmarital, intercourse and all those things. And it's just like my human body want that though. You know what I'm saying? So when I drift off that alignment, I beat myself up spiritually, but my flesh is feeling great.
Yeah.
So getting back onto that part of being aligned is just, it's hard.
Yeah.
And it's never easy because I'm not Jesus, but I want to be as close as to him as possible.
You seem like y'all in some deep thoughts right now.
I mean, he was, saying a lot. It was very, very, very honest, and which one over there? Very honest. I appreciated it. Oh, sorry. He was very honest, and I appreciated it.
Yeah. And it seemed like, Chris, you kind of alluded to this thing that's called root work. Root work is, very important, right? And kind of what you've expressed the entire time, just this sense of authenticity, being real with yourself, creating that brave space.
Yeah.
What does root work look like for all of you guys in this season of your life?
What does it look like, or what does it mean?
Both.
Man.
Both.
Yeah. Okay. So, I want to start off with meaning. With me, I'll say that root work means that it's a time and place for my blessings and hardship. And we all have labeled that time in God's timing. Do you get what I mean? He never said that he's just going to make everything perfect for you. Because if he made everything perfect for us, will we really seek him?
Right.
Because with myself, when things are going good, I can assure you that I'm not kumbaya in my Lord. I'm living in the moment. Because in my mind, I'm like, man, I got to get it while I can. Because when it goes bad, I need to go ahead and go with the Father. But then on the top of alignment, we pray for a harvest. But when a harvest comes, you have to go out there and till that field. You got to go out there and pick up your harvest. And in that alignments can be painful. So when I get the blessing in which I pray for, it's a painful process because now I got to live this thing. I'm like, God, why'd you do this? You told me you wouldn't put more on me than I can bear. You asked for this. So I'm going to give you what you asked for. You have this harvest, but then when you trust me in my word, when I tell you if you got two on the side of you, if you fall while you're doing your harvest, they'll be there to pick you up and all those things. Anyway, I think I'm going off rail. Let me get back on. But my key points is in the harvest, your alignment is going to be painful. You can go to the chiropractor right now and get aligned, and you're like, man, that was good stuff. But then your body, because it's not used to being in a straight alignment, you might have some aches and pains. They'll be like, hey, go ahead and get a Tylenol or something so that you'll be all right. Do you get what I mean? Even if you get stretched, they'll tell you, hey, go ahead and get you some pain medicine because your body's going to experience this new thing, but it's healing itself. Do you get what I mean? Even when you build new muscle, you got to tear that muscle down in order to build it. So that's a painful process. We don't necessarily feel that pain because we have things working inside the body to lubricate it and all those things. But if you overstretch or overdo it, you will feel it. But in this natural process, you're not going to feel it. You're not going to feel every tear, break, or whatever you have to do with the muscle. But anyway, in my development, while I'm going through all the stuff, in my current life, with my kids, one, was depressed, thought about, suicidal thoughts, but I had to stay true with the word and know that, hey, in this hardship, it's bound to be a blessing. Do you get what I mean? But I have to endure. I have to continue to allow my flower to bloom towards the light, to yield to the soil, to get rooted, to let the root work happen, even though it's painful for me. Because
what would the root work be in that?
The root work be for me?
When it comes to your kids.
The root work would be
Being a mom.
The root work would not be to be a mom. That's what I would think it would be. But the root work is to trust God at His word, that He's gonna do the thing in which He said He's gonna do. He's gonna keep my children. If I operate in being a mom, I then unknowingly or knowingly will try to take on the role of being God. Do you get what I mean? So I may hinder them in doing something that I'm not supposed to do.
Ma,
Yeah.
so if one of the things that I've seen a lot of women do are these affirmations, and I think I grew up in the time when we had to say the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of the day, and they had the announcements, but essentially my mom, she gave me those affirmations on the way out the door. And so I guess what my question was I was trying to get you to see is the root work is more so how you get the lesson out of the hard time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you know that hard time might be the dark moments or depression or whatever, the root work is, hey, you are an eagle, not a chicken.
Right.
Pick your head up.
Right.
Because every time I see your little one crying, I be like, what you doing?
Right.
For what? Why? It's too early. It's distractions, but it's also just like, hey, snap out of it.
Right.
Because, I've realized that root work is uncomfortable, but it's literally dealing with the foundational issues that we or our family or whatever our situations have swept under the rug. And it's about going back and looking under the rug, and literally, what's that?
That's good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because my foot hurt.
Yeah.
And I can't keep,
Yeah.
it's like, well, what's the root work? Well, the root work is first, multi-steps,
Right.
acknowledging it.
Yes.
What's that?
Yes.
And then giving it its credit. Yeah, it hurt my foot. It hurt.
Yeah.
But I now, because I'm understanding why I'm the way I am a lot now. That I've had to do that introspection. It's like, well, why do I like to talk so much?
Right.
Because I sit by myself a lot. So I can actually, when I feel like talking too much and everybody needs to be talking, I can actually say, Kenneth, there you go, doing the Kenneth thing. Because I've been lifted that rug and called myself out for talking too much. So I'm going to shut up again. But
Yeah.
whatever.
But no, I feel like the root work, what you both have kind of like alluded to, is that silence, that being alone. You might have felt that you experienced that situation in that moment, but you had to sit alone by yourself and say, how does this make me feel? How am I going to move along with this, with God, with your child, with your friends? All of those things when you're by yourself is where you really, truly, truly grow. And when you think about a plant, my word for multiple years, but this year I've actually really lived it, is bloom. And I feel like when you're in a plant, I have plants at home and I sit there and I'm like, okay, why is it not growing? And I'll turn it around and then I'll see, okay, so now this side is finally growing.
Yeah.
And you really just have to know that even if the seed can't see God, God can see the seed, right?
Right.
And so you're searching for something, you know it's there, but you can't see it. And that's just life. You can see God, but you can't see God, but you know that He's there protecting you. You know He's creating your plan. You know that you're going to bloom and be beautiful, but sometimes you don't always believe it. And sometimes sitting in that silence is where you have to say, whoa, I am an amazing person. I am a child of God that is worthy of being in that space.
Yeah.
And so when you sit in that silence, you can actually really grow and build from it.
That's beautiful. I'm not sure who's going to preach the next Sense service.
Not me.
It's a lot of great perspective tonight. With this one, I wanted to do this as a closing question.
Closing, we done?
Closing question. Right. It's like I want to go 3 more hours with this.
Part 1.
Right. Part 1.
See y'all in the next episode, y'all.
And when I ask you this question, I want you to kind of think about yourself, what would you say to yourself 5 years ago as a thesis statement to where your spiritual maturity is now?
You'll
What
get there.
kind of advice
You'll
would
get
you
there.
give yourself 5 years ago
I would have shut up.
as it pertains to your current spiritual maturity?
Like, you'll get there. I
You'll
said,
get there.
yeah, you'll get there. I was deeply into not being spiritual. I was going to college and was distant from the church,
He was 18.
but I got there.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
For myself, I would say just watch and wait and just watch the movie. You never know what's going to happen. And I think he said that in the sermon. But it's real. You kind of never know what's going to happen, and certain things that you didn't expect for your life to experience, it's going to be better for you. And I think that 5 years ago, I just was this quiet person who just would not be willing to talk about my life experiences, my pain. And now it's kind of more of an open book. So just be prepared to be an open book, I guess. That's the ending.
I would have just told myself 5 years ago that would have put me at 29. Even at 29, I would have said, bro, love yourself more. I didn't realize how much I was ignoring just who I actually was, not necessarily who I wanted to be. But I really neglected, like, you know, yeah, I was so distracted. And oh boy. I'm sorry. That 5, you took me back. 29 was a crazy year, man. But what would I tell him? You built for this. Clearly, you are built for this. 5 years. I'm not one of those people that puts a time frame on stuff, cause like it's so. I'll get in the car and call her and say something childish tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like, man, this is some 29-year-old kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I just went back.
You know, I'm sorry, relapse. You know. But yeah, I would definitely slow down, like, to know what 5 years could do. And it's so magnified now that my dad's not here.
Yeah.
You know, it's a time stamp.
Yeah.
And but it's wow. You know, like I'm sorry. I'm good. I think I said everything.
Man, no need to apologize.
That was.
Yes, sir.
I'm just thinking about the grace. I'm just really thinking about how much of the 5 years has been grace.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I
That's
apologize.
good. That's good, brother.
Okay. What would I say to my 5 year ago
Yourself
self?
5 years
Okay,
ago.
okay. Listen.
Like my 5-year-old.
My 5-year-old self about to mess it up all the way. But that God's timing is not contingent upon my desires and my circumstance. That I have to be patient with myself, and I need to give myself grace in that patience. Because yes, he's promised me a thing. However, it's some root work that needs to be done in order to get to that thing. And I have a question on my mirror that say, do you want to do for 40 days or 40 years? Do you want to be the people that God opened up the earth and swallowed and told everybody else to keep pushing, or you want to keep pushing? Do you want to be the soldiers that drunk from the water and lap like horses, or do you want to be the soldiers that had the spoon so they can always be on watch? Do you want to be like the women waiting for him to open the gates with the oil, or do you want to be the ones that ran out saying, hey, can I borrow some of this? Absolutely not. You want to be the one. What does the one look like? The one that forgive themselves, continue to seek out God, give themselves grace, give themselves patience, and know that, hey, once you send out a send me, once you tell God, hey, you know what, I'll be your soldier, send me. It's a journey, and it's not for you. It's for the people that's connected to you. Just like what Chris said, hey, when he go out and he tell his story, he's saving so many people. God said, I'll go out, I'll leave the 99 so I can find the one. Chris go out there and get the one. Glow go out there and find the one. Tiff go out there and get the one. You know what I mean? We all going out there to get the one because we are the hands and feet of Jesus. So that's what I tell myself 5 years ago. You don't have to do it alone. He come with soldiers. Automatically. It's the kingdom, not the person of God. It's we operating in the kingdom of God. So yeah, that's it. I'm sorry.
And not only will he go get the one, from the 99, but as Chris said, you're one of 1,000.
Right,
So,
you know what I mean?
you're one of 1,000, you're going to get here. No, that's good. That's good. Glow?
5 years ago, the message I have is to start loving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping deep. I was like,
So sorry.
I love
That's
it.
all you go get.
What about you, DeMarcus?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ref.
They put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all children of God. We can all answer.
That would have been 25 for you, right?
I think I would just tell myself, continue.
Yeah.
That's it.
Boy.
I'll say continue. Especially 5 years ago during the pandemic, COVID, etc. Like people were dying. I think depression was hitting people hard. Including myself, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's easy to get down on yourself.
Yeah.
And to feel as if you would never make it to whatever point you think you want to make it to. But what I learned is just to continue. And I think if you be faithful or continue to be faithful to God, and God will continue to be faithful to you. And of course, there's a flip side to that even sometimes when we're not faithful to God, God is still faithful to us.
Yeah.
That grace, as Kenneth said, is important. And I think that right there is, that's love, for sure. That's love.
For sure.
That's love.
How many times love in the Bible?
You know what? This is your podcast, the Heal Podcast. We got Jakia, we got Chris, we got Glow, we got Tiffany, we got Kenneth. We're out. I'm sorry, I'm your host, DeMarcus.
And it's 350.
We also, and before we end, we also want to thank everybody who's behind the scenes that you guys cannot see. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Courtney. Shout out to Miss Kim. Shout out to Morgan. Shout out to everybody. I know I'm missing a lot of names.
Mr. Cartwright. Mr. Pelham.
Say it again. Mr. Pelham. Mr. Cartwright. Mr. Jeff.
Mr. Curtis for unlocking the door.
Dr. Rhodes.
Turn the lights on.
Minister Rates, Reverend Rates,
Mr. Green.
Reverend Abram,
My mama,
everybody,
my grandmama.
anybody. We're gonna edit this because we're gonna have to. Anyway, but again, thank you guys for listening to us. We hope you check us out not only for this pilot podcast episode, but also please check us out for our weekly services.
Yeah.
Come here, check us out.
Yeah.
Check out the church. Hopefully you're
9
enjoying the
o'clock.
church. Every fifth Sunday, we have the Ascent, in which it's an incredible service. Last service, Mr. Kenneth is the one that preached us down. And so we hope to see you soon. We're out. Peace.
See you.
Good.
Still fighting for a long, long time.